After they jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Matthews and Bedard on the opening faceoff, and away we go from Chicago. Lines and pairs will filter through at the bottom of your screen. In Port Toronto, they're without Max Pacioretty for a second straight game as Wall fights off the shot. McCabe checked McCabe, who rose back up to his skates, and now Foligno peels back off the wall with a shot that Wall covers up.
It's your compete level. Those are things you can control. Sometimes you don't get the bounces or you're playing a more talented team, but I don't know if that hit off the post or not. Nylander with a wide open net. Good setup there.
Back with speed, Wall kicks one out on Ilya Mikheyev. And Foligno, Kurashev through center. Only 8 points this season for Kurashev. Last year, second on the team with a career-high 54. Off the turnover, Wall had to fight that off on the shot that came in from Frank Nazar. Collected by Alec Martinez.
Good stick there by Donato, not allowing that pass crossed.
Ekman Larson teed it up with Marner in front. And Soderblom makes the stop. Out high.
Good block there from Smith.
Neither team with a shot on goal since the last media timeout. Here's Domi with a shot right on cue. Teravainen at the left point. Now Bedard moved it quickly. Jones the catch. And now Bedard. Edge of the circle. Banked it back for Teravainen with an opening. One-timer Donato with Bertuzzi in front. Loose. They score! Teuvo Teravainen gives the Blackhawks the lead on the power play.
It's a well set up play by Chicago Blackhawks. Teravainen and Bedard are playing catch right there, and Donato pops out to that soft area. And the way Teravainen passes his puck behind his back, it's so hard to defend. Shot comes through, ends up hitting Bertuzzi in the front of the net.
Anders Sorensen said there's pregame, no offense. He said kind of to the rest of his team, but he carries our team on a lot of nights.
The opponent knows that as well. There's Marner again on the back check. Just couldn't strip the puck from Nazar, but another good back check from Marner, almost trying to break that play off.
He's been all over the place. Now side of the net, spinning in Nyes, and that turned aside in a one-timer.
First period, a lot of time in the offensive zone. They just didn't create a ton of chances, and you can see here, now they're starting to funnel pucks to the front of the net. It's Nyes with a nifty little play there between his legs, and then Matthews finds Marner in a prime spot. Marner on and off the stick. He just can't bury it. This is one thing they're doing better than they did in the first. They're finding the middle of the ice, getting pucks.
And again, if you're just joining us, both these teams in the second night of a back-to-back. Toronto got the win at home last night against Carolina 6-3, while Chicago lost in Columbus 5-1. Lorentz on the move with a shot, and the stick broke, it looked like.
Pressure, this is the 2-on-1, and watch the far side of your screen here. The defenseman starts to pinch down there, and Allen's gets caught, and that's where the 2-on-1 happens. Good chance there for Lorenz as he comes through, but he just hits the broken stick that was already on the ice.
15 seconds to go. Domi got pressured there by Nazar, who won the puck, but McMahon steps past Murphy, who recovered. Domi centers, and they score! Nick Robertson ties the game on the power play, and it is 1-1 here in the second.
Getting the clear. Then Toronto started to pressure and get to those pucks first. You can see there, great battle along the wall. Pushes it to Domi, over to Robertson, and he buries it. What a pass from Domi to put that thing across. McMahon with the win of the wall battle win to create that play. And we're tied up at 1.
35-year-old moved it out, hops away from Lucas Reichel. Drop back for Max Domi. Without numbers, Domi with a shot, and Domi nearly got it to go.
Just making a 2-1 game, and it's a play in the neutral zone as Riley puts this puck up. Domi's coming up underneath. Little toe drag shot there around Seth Jones's poke check. He changed the angle right there. Make sure Seth Jones can't get a stick on it. Seems like chances like that always hit the post and go out, not hit the post and go in.
Yeah, we told you 23 games without one. They score off the draw. Jake McCabe's shot finds a home, and Toronto's got the lead 2-1.
Face-off. This offensive zone draws are so important. You see McCabe, he's set up as a one-timer. And Tanev, he's lined up just a little bit lower on the draw. He knows that puck's coming to him. Over to McCabe, and he's going to shoot it. See how low Tanev is right there? Because all he's doing is Matthews wants to win that puck right to Tanev. Then it's a quick one-timer.
That goal at 9:45 from McCabe. And the assist to Tanev and Matthews. Centering feed, got through, and then Soderblom made the stop. Saw not even 2 minutes of ozone time in the second for Chicago. Robertson wheels around and swept off the goal line and cleared out of there by TJ Brody.
You see, he's looking up at the Jumbotron, wondering how that thing didn't go in. As he gets this puck on the far side, whips it at the net, and Soderblom's right there, just squeezes past him, and Brody reaches back and makes sure this doesn't cross the line. As it just squeaks through Soderblom right there. And
Donato moved it out. Here's Foligno on the hop. The Blackhawks captain dragging through, dropped it back, and it nearly went on a great drop feed for Teuvo Teravainen. Kurashev with a shot, with some traffic in front. Timmins might have got a piece of that as he went down. Scooped up, Nazar turned aside by a sprawling wall.
Set up the one Robertson goal.
He's had a great season as an undrafted player out of Colgate. Domi comes speeding in, centers, Robertson scores! His second, makes it a 2-goal Toronto lead.
For the Toronto Maple Leafs, and it starts in the defensive zone. You see the D-man, Martinez, he gets caught, and Domi uses his speed and explodes there, and Robertson knows exactly where to go. Stick on the ice, get to the front of the net. Good pass from Domi. Good elevation, 3-1 Chicago. Robertson with his second of the night.
And he's up to 10 this season. Had only had 1 point his previous 13 games entering today. Now Nazar dragging through. They score! An immediate answer.
What a response for Chicago. It's right off of the face-off. You see Bertuzzi goes to the wall, and then that's what a tip play by Bertuzzi. And Nazar, the little toe jag around Domi. Over to McCabe, or Kurashev, I should say, who ends up burying this. But what a play by Nazar, Gary. Good little toe drag. And you see Kurashev, he pushes off there, creates his own space on Ekman Larson, and as he...
2 goals for Nick Robertson on the receiving end. His second career multi-goal game. 7th career multi-point game. 4 of them this season, and Arna and Weeksy told you, Jason Robertson with a goal as well. 6th.
Yeah, so close getting around Benoit there. It looked like he had him beat, but Benoit stuck with it. Made sure he didn't get to the front of the net.
And then Steves stepped into the trapezoid, puck one back to the line. Here's Tanev loading one up with a wrister. On a ricochet, they score! Pontus Holmberg was in front, and Toronto makes it a 2-goal lead again.
Yeah, I think this is going to be Tanev's goal. Saying he didn't touch it, and it went off the Chicago D-man in front that Holmberg was tied up with. And this is on the forecheck again as Toronto causes that turnover along the wall. Then Tanev's wide open here. Chicago's out of position, thinking that puck's going to come out. And it ends up going off Brody in front, off of his skate, and in the back of the net.
Got it. Escorting it out of the zone. Flip past Teravainen. Tavares couldn't settle it. And a back check from Bedard keeps Chicago alive. Tavares on the turn. Back to the forehand. Dropped it off for Nylander. Feeds it back door. They score! Pontus Holmberg with the empty netter off of his skates.
Off his skated in, but no kicking motion there. It's just deflected off of his skate, so this goal will count. Hard to tell, too, if you got a stick on it as well after it hit his skate, but good third period here by the Toronto Maple Leafs, sealing this game with the empty net.
We got a coach's challenge from Chicago for offside at the blue line.
All right, so Anders Sorensen, in conversation with his staff, will use his challenge with 1:32 to go. And let's have our first look at it.
Let's go back and look at it here and see if this puck exits the zone. And it does exit, but is on that far side. It's a Toronto Maple Leafs player. Is he back onside? I think that's Nylander who's trying to come back there.
After Chicago's coach's challenge, the play was aimed to be onside. Therefore, it is a good goal.
As they look to try to rebuild and look towards the future.
Toronto wins it 5-2, and Nick Robertson supplies 2 goals.